What's up guys, FuryTV here, and we're back with another episode of Poker Hands. Before getting into it, I would like to ask you guys to hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoy our videos, as your support is allowing us to continue posting videos on a daily basis.
Playing some poker.
Yeah, it's very cool.
So the ski resorts in the Alps, there's not enough room to have poker tournaments as well, you know.
It's true. Some of the, for sure, best short deck players in the world. A lot of these guys frequent the highest stakes cash games in the world, and you know, some unknown. I've heard some stories, whispers, and some of the pots, some $35, $40 million hands,
Yeah.
US dollars, and this is definitely a game. It's something that if you love poker, it's becoming more popular. It's good to know, good to understand, and it's sort of being spread more often. It's kind of a split on the Triton high stakes. We see a split here with the PartyPoker and Sochi, the high roller. I mean, going pound for pound each event.
70?
Yeah, I mean, you and I were both in London during the Triton in August, and there was whispers moving around about the sort of pot sizes going off in the cash games, and it was pretty eye-watering, to be honest. Makita from +2 popping it up. Aaron, that's nines in the hijack.
Yeah, it's a play. Again, not super familiar with all the nuances of this game, but I don't know. It seems like the pairs. I guess that's probably in the cut. I mean, nines is an okay pair.
Right.
It's not. We're not like ecstatic about it. Oh,
600?
window.
Although,
Hello.
what a wet board this is behind.
Oh, flop. Oh my goodness.
Makita with the open-ended straight flush draw. Aaron with the set. It is a flip.
I'll tell you what. When you
I'm
see
kind of
that,
surprised it's not even more Makita's way, this one.
yeah, because the full house doesn't matter. I mean, he's still got the. I guess full house would be the straight.
Right.
I mean, man, a 9 in the door card. This is like if you could. This is literally the worst possible cards behind. I guess maybe 10 jack of spades, but
At the same time, if you're Aaron, you got a set. If your opponent has a straight, it's pretty much a flip in this game as well. So just decides to bet it out. Can certainly get some action from some weaker hands.
and when he has the jack of spades here, he's probably thinking, what is my opponent flatting and now leading on this kind of board? You know, does he have? What hands is he flatting?
Right.
Tens,
It's like ace king suited.
queens.
Ace king of spades isn't what you're worried about, right?
Yeah.
Really? I mean,
I mean, the ace of spades, like a hand like ace queen off with the ace of spades.
right.
Wow.
But they're pretty few and far between.
Yeah.
Makita does rip it in.
Wow.
And I don't know, Jeff, it just feels like bottom set. You just got to shrug and call it off. I mean, he's not doing this with a flush, right?
Cover, yeah.
Seems like a straight's a most likely value hand. And as I say, a set against a straight in this game is pretty close to a flip. So only 467k back as well. But yeah, Jeff, it's interesting you're saying, obviously, the P or pre. I'm with you because, you know, nines is a very low pair in this game, and you flop a set, it's not necessarily gonna win as often as you would in regular Hold'em. You know, set's not as strong. And obviously this ball will be scary in regular Hold'em as well as short deck, but
Yep.
you know, even on some broken boards, set of nines doesn't hold often too often with all the straight draws out there in this
Yeah,
game.
I mean, I'm in that camp with you. It's one of those things. You're flatting nines and you flop a set. I don't know. Like it's gonna be hard for me to fold, but you don't love it. Like, what is he really shoving here? Could be tens or queens. It could be jack. You know, yeah, what jack queen.
Yeah.
Exactly this type of hand. Like you're really trying to find like good scenarios. Is he
I
shoving?
don't think he's got tens. Does he raise tens? I mean, just from watching these guys play, they all play pretty coy pre with those pairs.
Right.
I mean,
Flush.
he's just.
King Jack.
I mean, King Jack you're flipping against. I don't think he shoves a flush.
Queens, you have queens
Yeah, that's the
Two
one hand I think
queens.
you'd be worried about here.
with a spade.
Yeah, all these kind of hands. Yeah, he does make the call, and Makita pulls the face. He knows. I think he's pretty sure he's up against. I think he's expecting to see tens. Sees nines, same thing. 11 outs, couple of cards.
Yeah, spade is ends it, right? Straight still could be action. Wow.
Quads.
Straight flush. Come on. No, don't do it.
Aaron was
Yes.
Aaron with the early celebrate, but in this game there's always something going on. Straight flush draw
Wow.
possible.
Would have been nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Almost fold. But I only have 400 left. I couldn't fold.
Yeah.
Which I like. Oh, the flop comes ace, ace-7. Trips for Bicknell, but a full house for Michael Zhang.
And the good luck bigger stack holds here. It's bad news for Kristen that she's short too. It's tough to navigate out of this hand still having some chips.
Not much room to get away. Zhang is going to fire here. Bicknell just calls.
Oh
And
my
turns
God.
quads! Four aces for Kristen Bicknell against the now aces full of sevens for Michael Zhang.
Tough for Kristen to get any more chips
Right,
though,
right.
really. He's like, okay, I have most of the sevens.
She comes in for the raise now with the quads.
And check raising quads may seem a bit strange, but she's out of position and she's gonna have a hard time getting any more money in on the river.
Figure she'd try to get some here. Pretty quick fold from Zhang.
Let's speak to the guy who owns the casino.
Why don't we have chips?
Wow.
You know someone we could speak
Oh
to?
dear.
And Rob has flopped 2 pair and open ender. Luke, no messing around. Pot it with that top set. Yeah, it's one of these things as well. Rob loved his hand when that flop came down, but as soon as the person from the small blind comes smashing pot, you're like, oh, I've got a straight draw. Yeah.
I think he's pretty happy with it, but I don't think he's got any cause to do anything but call.
Cool, he does. You got the button. So important in PLO. Every time the board changes in it, there's so many different combinations as opposed to hold them. Like having position is so big.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually, I mean, a 7 or 8 would have been the dream. Give Rob a full house, but
Yeah.
not complaining. It's £29,000 in the pot, and you've just gone to 100%.
Yep. That'll be his. And any of the chips that happen to come in will be his also.
And he's checked, and well, Rob, I don't hate this. He's got the 2 pairs down the bottom. He could easily have a house here, right? I mean,
Yeah. Any
and he's
9-10 jack or anything like that
yeah.
that Luke has is.
They can't call here,
fold.
like, yeah. And it's 10 into 30. It's a 1/3 pot bet. Obviously, nah, you just have to shut down, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, good thing for him is he's made it straight, so he doesn't do anything.
Yeah. I mean, it's not impossible that that Rob talks himself into a value bet, having the top 2 boat cards.
He changed the size of the value bet the last second.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of a tell.
That'll be a very well saved 5,000 there.
Yeah, so what he's thinking, there's a good chance Luke's got a king with some sort of straight draw.
Yeah, if he's got
Like king 9-10 and
ace king jack 10 or something like that.
well, with a rude awakening here as he gets check raised. mean, this is the problem going for thin for value, isn't it? Sometimes you put yourself in these kind of spots.
Yeah, and now Rob's thinking, well, I've got an 8 and a 7.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, actually, maybe the value bet's not as thin when you've got the 8 and the 7, right? You block the houses.
And he thinks like, oh, I can just fold if he raises, and now he's been raised, he's thinking, oh, actually.
Hang on, it's Luke Shorts. Full flush, you know, he's capable.
Yep.
I'm not going to ask you this time. 35.
It's only 20.
No. Yeah. 35. 40.
See that? I don't think Luke could say that if he was bluffing.
No, it's
well, he does cool. Leon all smiles. And he's dug himself out of the hole. Well, limping going on. Leon happy to see the flop with his 10s.
Very quiet. You're waiting.
Flops a set on ace 10 at 6. Wow, Kyle with bottom set and a heart draw.
You're even checking when you're not in a hand.
Could see some fireworks here.
And
Leon does check it.
Because if he doesn't go in queen, I'm stacking off. Comes like a low card.
Luckily for Kyle, this was a limp pot.
What?
6,400.
Only. 6,400.
Oh, with a flush draw. Go with this set. Expect just calls this.
I was like, I was waiting for the icon, but I'm not looking.
What? I didn't hear.
I got it. Unfortunately, it's still working.
That's a move. That's a
The
move.
question is, what does he do on bricks?
Is it personal between you two?
No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Maybe on the river.
What?
Diamond on the turn gives Leon flush draw to go with his set, and he's just going to smash it. Bets pot. Kyle can't really go anywhere with a set and a flush draw, I don't think. It looks like he's up against the made hand now.
Kyle will not be bluffed.
Big pot brewing late here in Drickett's room.
I understand I look up way, but why did I look you up? What am I thinking? Cover your hand and there's
Quads for Leon.
Pot?
You're still thinking about that one.
Smashes again. And Kyle. A real tough spot here.
The good thing is about playing on the stream. When you play on the stream, you have to pretend you're not. In there, we'd be screaming out.
Don't think he expected Leon to have a set of 10s having pot the turn. Doesn't really ever have a set of aces.
You know, I just envision the screen like saying 100% Leon right now. You know what I mean?
But next to you, 0%. Is that
I'm
what you're
not good
worried
enough.
about?
I call.
He does
Yeah,
make
you're right.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I envisioned it.
Kyle, there was better way to find it out. Kyle.
Yeah, thanks, Mark.
Monster pot.
Whoa. Now this is extremely, like, this is like below the bottom of Feraldo's range. From the undergun spot, like 5-6 suited, he just couldn't let it go.
Sometimes you're playing live poker, you're drinking wine, you just look down at a pretty hand.
I don't know, I'm saying like 6-7 suited would be even closer. 7-8 suited, I think it is.
Zeno with King Jack in the same suit from the cutoff. He's going to call.
I'm not saying like I don't do what Feraldo just done. I'm saying like if I'm in this spot under the gun and it's live poker and having a wee drink of red wine,
Then you're going to be playing.
I think I'll be playing the 5-6 of clubs.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like 1.1. A lot of players wouldn't be.
Gerald with pocket 9s in the small blind.
Yeah, this is the kind of hand. He's on a small blind. He doesn't want to go 3 ways, possibly 4 ways to the flop. playing out of trap 1 in
I
every
believe you
street.
a low percentage of the time.
So I'm going to guess he's going to take the aggressive option
I like to talk in absolutes.
and either
why I gotta call
squeeze,
A6
call it
or
off, or maybe even just be happy with the pot and jam all in.
Right, okay.
Picking up like close to 20%. Oh, he's went for the flat call.
He's gone for the flat.
Fair enough. I'm saying, like, I wouldn't mind.
Is part of that predicated by Zeno's stack size flatting pre? Is he worried that maybe Zeno's laying a trap?
I'm saying, like, fair enough, Zeno could be laying a trap here, but I don't think it happens that often.
Okay.
So I think you're only concerned about getting it in against Feraldo and getting unlucky, him having a better hand.
Well, Mark does.
I would elect to squeeze and not go 4 ways here, because when he does peel the 9s, it always goes 4 ways, and he's playing out of position 1. He's forced to act in every street.
Mark did get in for the cheap with 4-7. Look at this flop then. So Gerald has his overpair.
Yeah.
Feraldo top 2, and Mark with bottom pair and the open-ended straight draw.
And Anthony had a very good hand, and he flopped.
Have a look at this. It's going to check through.
This is insane.
How was
Well, Feraldo has to check this flop with his range, I'm saying, like, because he can't just bet it for the sake of it when he has it.
Well, 4 on the turn gives Mark the
Whoa, this hand's all changed now, because now
Gerald's going to think he's got the best hand.
Gerald's thinking, okay, that 4 could be a good hand,
But
good
we
card.
see Mark is in there, way out in front now.
You didn't even have like Jack deuce of hearts.
It's going to go
Deuce of hearts.
bet from Gerald, flat call from Mark, and Feraldo might be able to fold. He might be able to find a hero fold here.
On the next hand, when I had kings. It's coming. One red one and one black one.
They're one hand away from finding out which other had in that big pot.
The club and a red one.
Because what can Mark actually else do here apart from like flat call?
I mean,
Like,
nice
so like,
bluff.
I think Feraldo can find the fold here.
Ball.
He's going to be hating life.
I would never. I'm hoping you didn't have ace jack of
There's
clubs.
like-
I mean, that would be ridiculous. Really.
6-7 offsuit, 6x of hearts.
I don't even
He
believe that.
blocks one of the 6s. Mark can have all the 4s. He's definitely taking the price.
What did you have?
Gerald can have pocket 8s, pocket 9s.
Right.
This is a nasty spot. This is a spot that doesn't come up that often. Like, this is a hard one to actually figure out what to do.
I'm not even thinking about it.
What is correct. This is why Feraldo's going to be here for a while. Well, he's moved to his chips now.
I was going to say, cool. So obviously he still has outs to a house.
But the problem is here, he doesn't want to see a deuce, a 3, a 7,
Right.
an 8, or an over card,
Yeah,
because
he's-
if it comes to Jack of Spades, somebody could have Jack Queen of Hearts, and he's counterfeited.
Well,
I'm saying there's
three-way
so
to
many
this
cards.
River.
He needs a 5 or a 6, obviously.
Wow.
Wowza!
Mark then hits runner, quads. Gerald's going to think his hands are near lock.
Well, this is a snap, like slam dunk. Probably, actually, Gerald has to check call for Aldo because he still has bigger overpairs that he checks the flop with.
Okay.
But it might just go check.
And just
Actually, I think it might go check.
I was going to say, does Mark have the most interesting spot here, whether to bet this or not?
No, I think range-wise, I'm saying like balance-wise, I don't think you can bet it. Because what's he betting with?
Well, that's what I mean, Mark. I think it's the most interesting spot. And again, he can expect Feraldo to jam when checked to with those overpairs, right?
Everyone's got to assume a lot of Feraldo's range here is flush draws and overpairs, but more likely overpairs.
Well, look at this.
So maybe Gerald's going to put a wee blocker bet, or else he's going to think he's going for good value here.
I would acknowledge it.
And then Mark, of course, will just call here with these quads, try and get Feraldo in.
I don't know about that. I'm saying like maybe it is the best play, and the fact that he's not absolutely last to act, it's not like he's... Obviously, if you're last to act and you call, you get punished.
Such a Twitch site, even knowing what they say. My chance always
Does he...
put away.
Which he shoves it.
Does move all in.
And this is an easy fold for Gerald. Unless he absolutely levels himself, but it's an easy fold. Four, 5 of spades is there. 4, 7 of spades, 4, 8 of spades, 3, 4 of spades. And then you've got the queen, 4 of spades, king, 4 of spades. All the 4 of spades is there.
Well, let's put a lot of chips into this pot.
actually makes it easier for him to fold when he bets so much.
Right. It's just a suicide bluff. If it's a bluff mark, then it just...
I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of the sizing, to be honest. The 430 on the river, I would have went for like 275 or something. It does the same thing.
Right. Stops yourself getting
And
bluffed.
I actually think it was too thin a value bet for that size.
Well...
And I think
what's Fraudo saying here?
Feraldo could have folded the turn. I think he could.